Hey, you Joe's got previous video, what to look for when buying a used vehicle because it could save you thousands of dollars. This is a follow-up. And before we dive into it, I just want to say I'm not trying to anybody. So if you have a car dealer, I'm not saying there are many out there, as I'm sure you realize, that can't exactly. And as a mechanic, I see the results of this on a regular basis. So as we're diving in here, do me a favor. If you're watching the video, please don't forget to rate it at the end. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Pick up as many subscribers as I can to help out. The whole topic of this video is based upon several vehicles coming through the shop, Explorer being one of them. Doing shots, you could see the upper ball joint on the driver's side, and if you were, I don't know if you could catch the broken sway bar end link. Now, the gentleman that owns this just purchased it. He had been consulting with us, but unfortunately this vehicle by us to check. He purchased it. He purchased this vehicle. He was given a past state safety inspection. It was a current inspection that had been done roughly for the vehicle shop, if that, and it passed. He brought it to us because he had a few items that he wanted taken care of inside the vehicle. A few of the interiors. He had a driveline noise he wanted evaluated, and he just wanted us to check it over. I believe this was going to be his. I got it up on the lift, not realizing that it had already been safety inspected. Began to do a inspection of my own, and noted the upper ball joints looked questionable. So, also broken sway bar inlet. Got it back on the ground. I've discovered that both front ball joints had a substantial play in them, to the point where they should have legitimately, this vehicle should not have passed in the condition that it was in. I don't know who did the inspection. I'm not going to throw the name of the dealer out there because when we contacted the dealer did offer to pay for the. Now, two other items that we did find safety inspection, but would have definitely been future concerns. As you can see here, I'm installing the front wheel bearings on the right hand passenger side of this. We're both making a substantial amount of noise, but they were definitely making noise. So we replaced those as well. Now, this vehicle come to us, and he asked us to get over, test drive it. We have caught these concerns prior to him purchasing it, and he did some more negotiating with the car dealer to either at a lower price to cover the cost of the repair, or to have the car dealer possibly repair it before he purchased it, or to at least, if nothing else, and he really liked it, purchase it at the agreed price, full well knowing what it's going to cost him to make the appropriate repairs. Now, across this more than once, as a vehicle, they give it a past safety inspection. They bring it into us just to have us check it over, maybe fix a few minor items that wouldn't fail a safety inspection, and inadvertently we find actual safety concerns. Now, in this vehicle, the sway bar, yes, it needs it to pass safety inspection in the state of Missouri, but on the end, it is not necessarily going to cause this vehicle to possibly be involved in an accident. The likelihood is slim. The ball joints, however, in the state of Missouri, they offer a 2-year license on vehicle. If you have an odd year vehicle, you can get a 2-year tag and an odd year, so forth with your vehicles. And he's eligible for a 2-year plate on this vehicle. I can almost guarantee that at least one of those ball joints in the next 2 years. Now, other vehicles we had a pickup truck that had multiple safety issues that should have failed inspection. Unfortunately, I didn't have any video clips of that one. That one also had a past safety inspection. So some of these are being past inspections from a local shop, or they have an inspector in house. But most of the ones that we run across are shops that are passing these vehicles for whatever reason. Now, one, you're going to see the end of the video is a truck the gentleman bought, and the truck looked excellent outside. The body looked great. It showed well. After he purchased it to us, because the check engine light popped on and he needed us to help him install some electrical or some accessories for his business. And in the process of installing wiring, we found that the truck was severely rusted underneath. There was a lot of rust on the frame and the underbody. And I highly suspect that the truck had either been used to spread salt, or come from somewhere northern states where they use a lot of road salt in the winter. And this truck, due to the corona and other factors, has been in and out of there multiple times in the last year and a half, 2 years, for failing. We've had replaced power steering lines. We've replaced transmission cooler lines, heater hoses that have fittings on them where they've rusted through. We had to replace the water pump. It went out. And then on top of that, most of these jobs have taken excess time as opposed to what they normally would, because of the fact that this vehicle badly rusted. Getting bolts and nuts and everything else out become twice as difficult as they should be. So, reasons why in my previous video I said it is a very good idea to have a mechanic look over the vehicle for you, someone that you trust, before you purchase it. In the case of the pickup truck that you'll see at the tail end of this video, and we would have told the buyer, especially for what he paid for it, it was not a vehicle. The Explorer, we would have advised the buyer of the concerns around, and otherwise, Explorer is actually a very nice vehicle. It's just shy. Overall, it's in great shape, but it did have a few issues that needed to be resolved. So we would have, given him an estimate. That way, he knew what it was going to cost him if he decided to didn't have it fixed, or he came back to the dealer like before and renegotiated. In the case of vehicles, we would have definitely advised the owners ahead of time. So I hope this gives you guys a little bit of insight on why I say to do your research, because the $40 to $75, $80 mechanic look over the vehicle prior to you purchasing it could be several $100s worth of repairs. I think just on this Explorer alone, the total repair bill for the 2 wheel bearings, the ball joints, the sway bar end link, and the other work we did was somewhere in the $500 to $600 range. So you spend $80, you could save $700. Now, here is the pickup truck. I would actually use steering box on it at this point. The box has started leaking. Mileage on this truck is in the 140s to 150s at this point. That also had a bad tie rod end, but you can see in some of these shots the amount of rust on the tie rods. The frame members here in the front, the steering box is new, the power steering lines right above it are new, that's why they're not rusted. The engine itself is the same amount, if not worse, rust than you see everywhere else. The brake backing plates are rusting off this truck. There's a myriad of issues that at some point in time will have to be addressed. So, and then on top of that, this poor gentleman still has a pretty hefty loan on this truck. I could tell you now, we've replaced brakes, we've replaced wheel bearings, all kinds. So here again, guys, do yourselves a favor, have somebody look at it for you. This video helps you out. Don't be scared to buy something used. Just take your time and